All right, this is not totally boxing related. This video is not. One thing I would want to preface at the beginning here that may be able to help you, a lot. Joe, could you bring me the creatine bottle? I started taking creatine a few short days ago, and a lot of you have mentioned to me that my speech was real bad, and it's still not the best in the world by a long shot. However, I can focus and concentrate, and taking 20 to 25 milligrams a day of creatine has helped me out tremendously. Now, I have Parkinson's. I've got, I believe, what is the onset to dementia coming on, and I'm old. But this right here, creatine, has helped me out a whole lot. This just happens to be the particular creatine that we've been using down here in Columbia. And we don't stick to one brand. We'll, you know, if I I saw this, got it. Next, when this is done, it may be another type of creatine. But it's generally we always get the monohydrate is what I believe we get. But if you got somebody that's older in your family, is having memory issues, any type of cognitive issues, you can try this and see if it'll help you. And I'm sure it will, because it's helped a lot of people, and they don't want you doing something natural like this where you don't have to go to a doctor and get a prescription and go the doctor or drug company route. So this has helped me tremendously. All right, next thing I want to talk about, this is really important, and see, only those that hang on are going to get truth. You know, you're going to have to hang on. You're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to use your brains for a minute of your life. And we're going to talk about several things. This is going to be leading into the TPUSA, Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk, leaders at Turning Point USA, Candace Owens, and countless other internet bull hockey channels online. This is where this is going to be leading to. But I want to tell you something. You've got to get your head straight. You've got to get your head straight. At the university, I had a huge concentration in strategic warfare. You know, I was going to go on and by now be an old general still sitting up there, and maybe Trump would have to force me into retirement, or Biden, or maybe even the first Trump administration. Joe, can you come shut this door? So, but that didn't happen. And I often tell people, I got a college education and a criminal record, and been on both sides of the tracks. I've had a very, very interesting life. But I want to tell you, as a young fella, busting my rump, working myself to death to go to the University of North Carolina at Greensboro, I sat in there in strategic warfare studies and brought up a very valid thing that I want to bring up to you. And none of the professors, and the professor I was in the class with, or lecture hall, mind you, went to other professors to try to dig up rationale for this, and they couldn't come with rationale that wasn't ruined and so evil to retort it. And they knew I would eat it alive. I would eat this alive. And here goes. In World War II, for an example, what started World War II? When you get down to brass tacks in the middle school and high school and history textbooks at the universities that are skimming this thing, they go, well, hey, Germany invaded Poland. All right, so my question was, all right, if the premise of the whole war, the premise of all of it was that, and that's what they use, then when the USSR, Russia, when it invaded Poland, why wasn't war declared on them? Why did they try to stop Patton as he was proceeding so quickly? That war could have been ended a lot more quick after U.S. involvement and after the landings in Italy and then the Normandy invasion. It could have ended a lot more quick. Why were the powers that be telling Patton, hold back, hold back, hold back? I couldn't get any answers on that either. And I kind of knew the answers to that because my uncle, a full bird colonel, served during World War II there, attached to Patton, and he was an officer then. But of course you couldn't, I knew the answers. I'm not going to give you the answer. Go investigate it for yourself. And then I proceeded in my question, my synopsis of a question. Why did we turn around and give all of Eastern Europe and half of Central Europe to the communists? Why? Why did they fire Patton when he said, no, let me take this German division and my army and everybody get the hell out of my way and let me go take Moscow right now and let's finish this thing? No, didn't want it because they want division. I'm just using this as one example. And you can go deeper into this. I'm just skimming the top ice. I'm just skimming the ice. So they want the division. They want to divide up. And if you fast forward to today, they are using the internet in a grand way and in a grand scheme to just plug you with information constantly, constantly, constantly. And they're paying useful idiots to do it to you. These people have no idea, but they play into it and they get paid and they get clicks and they get a lot of money on these videos. So, the Charlie Kirk, the unfortunate assassination that happened to him. I was actually really one of the ones that was aware the whole time that a couple of guys got together and they started talking not inside university venues but outside on campus. And that was going 10, 12, 15 years ago, whatever. And they've been doing that since time immemorial. But they just started putting it on camera, and boom, they shot up. And TPUSA and Charlie Kirk is not the only online venue that shot up doing that. So, was it that huge in the beginning? No, but they realized, and here, this is the critical thing that's going on with this world right now that I want to inform all of you about. This is very critical. That ended up the powers to be and other entities, Google, all these entities that are censoring you or I, who are really telling the grit and getting down, inside the truth, and we get censored. But have you ever noticed TPUSA, Charlie Kirk, they're not censored. Candace Owens is not censored. You got other channels that are claiming that they are getting censored all the time, but they're not, because you consistently see them. You go back and you look at their views per video, they're the exact same, yet they're crying that they're being censored and the algorithm is bringing them down, yet they have the same views per channel. Yet their asset to be able to gain monetary gains on it. In other words, they're not cutting their money off, and everything's still the same, yet they're crying and boo-hooing online. Oh, they're holding us back, they're shadowing us, they're doing all these things. We really are shadowed, as a matter of fact. You may be shadowed, but these bigger channels have 100,000, 200,000 to 7 million people. They're clicking along just fine. But if you notice, if you go and say something that maybe they say, on whatever side of the spectrum you're on, you'll get shadow banned. You'll lose, they'll cut your money off. They'll come after you in ways you never thought possible. So, the reality of the fact here that I need to tell you is, they keep Candace Owens, TPUSA, bang, bang. They keep straight gay issues, bang, bang, going. And what they do is to achieve these objectives, to keep all of us divided. And it even could go through to on the immigration policy. And I'm going to tell you why. They create the problem, then both sides go in, one to defend it and call it a problem, and the other side when it is a problem and we need to solve it. See, and that's what's going on. That is called ultra division. That is what is called the real psyop that nobody's talking about. We've always had gay people, for example. We've always had straight people, for example. We've always had a whole host of these issues. On the, hold this hand up, on the right, and it may be reversed to you, but on the right, they started giving pushback. They started pulling out cameras. Look at this, this is a guy claiming to be a girl. Look at this, this is a woman claiming to be a man. Look at these drag queens over here. And it gets you to react to it. It angers you. And you're like, oh my gosh, if you're on that side. So you start getting angered, then you start pouring money into, we need to combat that, we need to stop it, we need to nip it in the bud and get rid of it and be done with it. If you're on the other side of that issue, then they're putting out videos, they're trying to take us out. They're trying to make it to where we can't go outside. They're trying to, the K word and the M word us. And boom, 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 money, money, money. And it's issues that just keep us further apart. They'll go through and like, well, we're going to let men go into the girls' bathroom. They'll do little things like that, which can be monumental, and they are monumental to me. I don't like it. Men fighting women in Olympic boxing, which we just had last year, things like that. And they'll poke and poke and poke until there's a huge, massive reaction to that. Now, meanwhile, if you're on the side against something, they are brainwashing you. And if you're on the side where you agree with that something, they are brainwashing you as well. And that's what's going on here. So I'm telling people, it's like a football game. You know, if the Baltimore Colts are playing a football game against the San Diego Chargers, and nobody's interested to come for the bang, nobody's feeding into it, eventually there'll be no more Baltimore Colts and there'll be no more San Diego Chargers. Are you feeling me yet? Is that sinking into you? And we have got to stop feeding into all this mess. I sit and I watch. I look at Nick Fuentes, for example, and the thing scrolling down, you see it in the background there. Somebody will give him $250 to insult them. It's crazy. And it's $200, $75, $300, $550. And within an hour, he's made $25,000 or $30,000, not just off the video alone that he's doing, but off of nutcases sending the money, just doling their money over. Crazy. But meanwhile, no one is really helping one another. See, those that really are having severe, huge problems, nobody's doing nothing for that. I'm going to give you a personal example because this is personal to us. We're trying to get back to the United States. There'll be a link down here. I'll probably put a link in this video. Give, Send, Go. If anybody would like to help us get back to the U.S. so Joe can compete and continue his education in the U.S. Very heartbreaking things that Joe's had to go through, and myself. And instead of doing something like that, something for where somebody is really pushing forward, working, trying to bust out, trying to really make it in life and in the world, trying to help the country out as well and get a sport back on the map in a big country. Nope. But yet, you know, the video where that Somali couple comes up, and now we know they were berating the woman and berating her till she used the N-word on the camera while the Somalis are videotaping it. And that lady's got $150,000, maybe it's $200,000 now, because people felt bad for her because she could lose her job, or maybe she did lose her job working at a damn bakery, you know, not making any money, minimum wage job. And people just, before she even lost a job, oh, she could lose her job, let's dole all this money over to them. So that's what's happening, and it's taking our, all the meanwhile, this Erica Kirk TPUSA thing, hugest thing online, hugest anything online for 3 months now. We've got 30% of the U.S. Navy sitting over my right shoulder here, about 200 miles over my right shoulder here, sitting there costing millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars a day off the coast of Colombia and Venezuela. Yeah, they're on the coast of Colombia too. And a big mouth up in Washington, I'm going to stop the drugs. This ain't about drugs. And we like Trump. But the first 4 years, got to get the wall built, got to get the wall built. This will really click you if you ain't been paying attention. Why, for the first 4 years of Trump's presidency, we got to get this wall, we got to get this wall. And now, oh, we don't need a wall no more. I've got the border sealed with no wall. And he's up there, I've sealed this border. I'm going to tell you guys, it's time for everybody to wake up, you know. On the other side, you had a brain-dead president that couldn't complete a sentence, and everybody running over there to anything his aide said, because he basically never said or did anything. So as the brainwashing's going on both sides, I say, quit playing into it. If you quit playing into the gay-straight thing, that problem will go away automatically on its own. It will go away automatically on its own. It will do a Democrat no good to push an issue for their side because it's going to garner them no votes. And it'll do a Republican no good to push or an issue on their side because it'll garner no votes because nobody's interested in it. And when we stop being interested in it, most of these problems will go away, even immigration. You know, one side wants to bring everybody in, the other side don't want nobody brought in and wants to get everybody out. Quit making it a side, something that the ones that want people brought in to where it'll help them, that it won't help them a bit. And the other side, go ahead and do the other side at the same time, and you'll see your country slowly start emptying out because politicians will be forced to do common sense things. And the problem is, with this internet where we've got all this vast knowledge going around right now, we've got the useful idiots, Candace Owens, TPUSA, Erica Kirks. I could go on and mention many, many more people. Do you know Jesse on Fire and the Lionel Nation channels, two relatively big channels, a couple of 100,000 people. The Jimmy Dore Show, same thing. For 3 months, all they've been putting out is what Candace Owens has been saying and making hundreds of thousands of dollars doing it. Why? Not only are people just going and listening to Erica Kirk and on that side, and everybody's parroting her, everybody's making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Then you got Candace Owens that was on this side that just flipped like a leaf when she met Erica. And but you got people on her side and people coming down through there, parroting her and making hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then you got all these useful idiots helping these useful idiots out, because I don't think these idiots know that they're actually being psyoped as well. It's not a matter of have they signed up for the psyop team. They don't know they're being co-opted and psyoped, psychologically operated. They don't know. They have no idea, and they just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. Poor old Jesse over there, Jesse on Fire. Well, I said in a video yesterday, I like watching his channel. However, every aspect of his life is what he rates something to, is how many subscribers do they have? How many views are they getting? Everything's like in a little world, you know, a little sealed thing. He's already artificial intelligence. It's not real. He goes to the jiu-jitsu hut, whatever the hell you call it, dojo. He does his thing there a couple of days a week and thinks, now, you know, I'm a tough guy. And it wouldn't work out too well for him. He just doesn't understand that very well. And I like this guy. I don't want mean to be ugly to him, but I'm going to be honest. Tim Pool sitting up there. Candace doesn't even have bodyguards, and somebody shot at my gate. These people are, they are actually, the idiocy is surfacing. And for those whom are really looking and have eyes wide open, you'll see what's going on. Candace sitting here. I'm not going to let Erica Kirk sway me. Don't worry about nothing. Gets right on yesterday. I agreed with Erica. Hands off TPUSA and the people at TPUSA. I'm just going to narrowly focus on the assassination of Charlie Kirk. What? After 3 months of her crap? After 3 months of it? And I could go on with issue after issue after issue after issue. But what I'm telling you is here, don't fall into this mess. Don't do it. Don't do it. People talk a good game, but in the end, they'll turn on a dime. And we seen that yesterday with Candace Owens. You've got Tim Pool sitting over there, going crazy, defending TPUSA. Now he's going to calm down. And they're trying to keep this rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling, and keeping your eyes on the drama instead of keeping your eyes on real things that really affect you. And we just need to make these idiot channels obsolete by not watching them. And then we need to, on the flip side, do this with government, both political parties, or wherever you live. You got 4 political parties that have power. Just ignore them. Just ignore them. They'll cut your shit out when it's of no benefit for them, because when you're on the one side and you got a reason to fight, it benefits the other side. And they slowly figured out, if you keep the tension going there, it benefits them all. It benefits all of them. So don't fall for this mess. We want you to know we love you. Christ is King, Lord, and Savior up in here, and we hope He is up in where you are. I hope some of what I said made some sense to you. If you didn't stick around and you're watching this video 3 months later, or caught the middle of it or something, you should be real proud of yourself, and you should sit back and say, hey, can I develop an attention span a little bit longer than a goldfish? So, just telling you.